Why people hurt the ones they love the most. Most people believe love naturally leads to care, protection, and kindness. So when someone hurts the person they claim to love, it feels confusing, almost cruel. Why would someone damage the very relationship they say matters most to them? Why do the deepest wounds often come from people who know us best? The answer is not simple, but it is psychological. Because love does not just open the door to intimacy, it opens the door to vulnerability, fear, and unhealed pain. And when pain is unprocessed, it does not disappear. It leaks, usually onto the people closest to us. Number 1, love removes defenses, and that's terrifying. With strangers, we wear masks. With coworkers, we filter ourselves. With acquaintances, we stay guarded. But with people we love, we drop our armor. And when defenses come down, raw emotions rise. Love makes us visible, and visibility is dangerous to a wounded nervous system. When someone truly matters, the fear of being abandoned, being rejected, being misunderstood, being replaced intensifies. So instead of expressing vulnerability, many people express control, anger, or withdrawal. Not because they don't care, but because caring makes them feel exposed.
Number 2, emotional projection. Pain looking for a target. Most people don't hurt others intentionally. They hurt others unconsciously. This happens through emotional projection. Projection occurs when someone cannot tolerate their own feelings, so their mind looks for somewhere else to place them. For example, someone who feels unworthy may accuse their partner of not appreciating them. Someone who fears abandonment may become controlling or jealous. Someone who feels powerless may criticize or belittle. The loved one becomes a mirror, and mirrors are uncomfortable. So instead of facing the pain internally, the mind pushes it outward. The closer the relationship, the more access there is to trigger unresolved wounds. Number 3, why intimacy triggers old wounds. Love doesn't create pain. It reveals it. Intimate relationships activate early attachment patterns formed in childhood. If someone grew up with inconsistent affection, emotional neglect, conditional love, unpredictable caregivers, their nervous system learned to associate love with uncertainty. So when they get close to someone, their body reacts as if danger is approaching. This can lead to emotional shutdown, irritability, distancing, self-sabotage. Hurting the person they love becomes a way to regain control over uncomfortable emotions. Number 4, the paradox of safety, why we hurt those who feel safe. Here's an uncomfortable truth. People often hurt the ones they love because they feel safest with them. Love creates emotional permission. A partner, child, or close friend feels like a safe container for emotional overflow. So stress from work, life, or internal struggles gets released on the person who feels least likely to leave. This doesn't make the behavior acceptable, but it explains why kindness is often shown to strangers, while frustration is taken out on loved ones. Safety without emotional regulation can turn into emotional dumping.
Number 5, unmet needs turn into resentment. Many people don't know how to ask for what they need, so they expect. And when expectations aren't met, resentment grows. Resentment rarely sounds like, "I feel unseen." It sounds like, "You never care. You always mess things up. You don't try." Hurtful words are often unmet needs disguised as anger. The pain isn't caused by the partner's behavior alone, but by the silence around emotional needs. Number 6, ego defenses and the fear of shame. Admitting pain requires humility, and humility feels threatening to the ego. For some people, admitting, "I'm hurt, I feel insecure, I need reassurance," feels more dangerous than attacking. So the ego defends itself by blaming, minimizing, deflecting, criticizing. Hurting the other person protects the self from shame. It's easier to attack than to admit vulnerability. Number 7. Emotional flooding and loss of control. When emotions overwhelm the nervous system, rational thinking shuts down. This is called emotional flooding. In this state, people say things they don't mean. Tone becomes sharp. Empathy disappears. Regret comes later. Loved ones trigger stronger emotional reactions because they matter more. So conflicts escalate faster and cut deeper. The hurt is real, but so is the regret that follows.
Number 8. Why love and pain feel connected. For many people, love and pain are neurologically linked. If affection once came with criticism, if closeness once came with fear, if love once came with instability, the brain learned to associate intimacy with emotional risk. So when love deepens, self-protective behaviors increase. Hurting becomes a way to create emotional distance without leaving. Number 9. Why I didn't mean it can be true. Many people truly don't intend to hurt the ones they love. Intent and impact are not the same. Someone can love deeply and still act in harmful ways because they lack emotional awareness, they don't know how to regulate emotions, they never learned healthy communication. Love without emotional skill can still cause damage. This is why love alone is not enough. Number 11. How healing changes the pattern. People stop hurting the ones they love when they learn to recognize emotional triggers, regulate their nervous system, express needs clearly, tolerate vulnerability, take responsibility without shame. Healing doesn't make someone perfect. It makes them conscious, and consciousness interrupts automatic harm. Final truth. People hurt the ones they love, not because love is weak, but because love exposes everything unhealed. Pain doesn't disappear when ignored. It finds expression. The deepest relationships carry the greatest emotional weight, and without awareness, that weight turns into wounds. But with awareness, love becomes a place of repair instead of damage. Because real love isn't about never hurting each other. It's about learning how to stop repeating pain and start responding with honesty, care, and emotional responsibility.